God's great family, happy Tuesday. So each night we will have a testimony time for a few minutes. Someone will share a personal testimony. And so tonight I have the testimony, and many of you know my testimony already, but there's so much more to it. But what I want to share tonight is based on two proverbs. The first one is Proverbs 19:21. The human mind may devise many plans, but it is the purpose of the Lord that will be established. So back in 1996, I was not attending church. I was not serving God. I had left the church for 20 years. And my children were devastated. They did not like Mommy's life. So every week they would say, please, Mommy, take me to church. Please take me to church. Every week I would say, okay, we'll go. And we would never go. Finally, we went to church. What did my children do? Ages 10, 11, they go up at the appeal, and now they want to be baptized. So the Bible worker sends my children home with Bible lessons. Who has to study with them? I do. So on the day of their baptism, who's in the pool with my children? I am. So that wasn't my plan, but it was God's. In year 2000, I decided I did not want to work a secular job anymore. I wanted to work for God full time. So I quit my job as a single parent of 2 children. I figured God would take care of me, and he did. I was directed to the Adventist Media Center in Simi Valley, told to go get a job there. I lived in the San Fernando Valley, and I didn't want to drive to Simi Valley every day. I did not want to work at the Adventist Media Center. I definitely did not. But I went there, and I went through the interview, and suddenly I wanted to work there. And I got the job, and I worked there for 14 years in the Voice of Prophecy as a Bible instructor. That wasn't my plan, but it was God's. And then in 2002, I was living just fine as a single mom, taking care of my kids. It was kind of nice. I felt like I didn't have to answer to anybody. But then I met Michael Johnson. And we were married, and so that wasn't my plan. It was God's. And then we were looking for a place to live. Right before we got married, we began to look for a place to live. I wanted to stay in the San Fernando Valley, but we found a house in Moore Park. I did not want to live in the Ventura County, but the Lord opened a door for us to live in a beautiful house in Moore Park, and that's where we are today. It wasn't my plan, but it was God's. Fast forward 20 years plus, in ministry full-time with my spouse, who is now a pastor. I had no intentions of marrying a pastor. That wasn't my plan. It was God's. So how did I get through all of that? All of these plans, that was not my plan, but it was God's. Well, the second proverb, 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. So I want to encourage everyone today. Sometimes we make plans, we have plans, and we think they're good plans. But oftentimes God has another plan for us, and his plan is always the best plan. And so I realized that over all of these years. I look back on my life, and I'm grateful to God, and I'm so grateful that he led me through, along with my kids, and then led me to my husband today. And God is so good. And so trust God with all your heart, and know that sometimes it's not your plan, it's God's plan. Amen?